In programming, one of the more useful things we can do is create and delete text files in the same action or same program. A lot of programs will use this to store temporary information to then read from and then come back to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you in Java how to create a text file, write to it, and then delete it. For this, we're going to once again need our Java import. So we're going to use quite a few from the IO, input-output stream, package I should say. So we're going to just use the asterisk and import them all. We're going to need a new one in order to create the file. It's going to be called a file stream. So it's just file. And I'm just going to call it file equals new file. And before we tell it what kind of new file we need, because it's going to error out otherwise, I'm going to assign our text file name to a string just to make it easier. So string file name equals, and it's not new, we're going to call it demo.txt. So then we can stick the file name inside the file here. As we had a file reader with the buffered reader, we're going to need a file writer to write the file. So file writer, we're going to abbreviate FW equals new file writer. And what file are we going to write to? We're going to write to file name. So we're going to reuse that string. And then finally, we're going to use, just like we used the buffered reader, we're going to use a buffered writer. We're going to call it writer equals new buffered writer. And that is also not associated with file name, but the file writer, which we created, is associated with the file name. So we associate this with the file writer. That is our basic setup for writing to, or creating and writing to, text file.